Welcome to the House of Royale, episode 5. Get ready, put your dancing shoes on, put your dancing heels on, because tonight I am serving you an artist, a visionary, a dancer, a choreographer, a star. Please welcome Johnny Rice. Woo!
Hey, how you doing?
You guys, I just want to tell you, like, dance is such a deep thing for me, and Johnny, having you here is such a spiritual experience for me because I had to take a break from dance, you know, because my mom was my coach for years, and a lot of her students are, like, scandalous and shit, so I had to take a break, like a big step back.
Yes.
Having you here to educate America on dance is so needed. It is so necessary.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want you to give people the essence of what it is, because dancers are aliens. They're not from planet Earth.
Some of them are.
Yeah. Yes. And you guys, like, when you're in a room filled with dancers who are super extremely talented and you're moving together and you're
organic connection.
Yes.
Breathing together on one accord.
Yes, you're in another dimension.
Breath. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why they should be the millionaires and not like Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg. So
It depends. Some of the girls get a little wild. But yeah, know your place, and then you can get there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Johnny's the most humble dancer in the dance community. So, Johnny, let's start from the beginning. Let's give the people your full story. You are an LA native.
I'm an LA native, born in Inglewood, California.
Inglewood
up to no good in the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's not very many of us in the entertainment industry left. So I'm very proud to say that I am an LA native from Inglewood, the hood.
That is such a powerful statement.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking there are so many people from LA, but it's so true. People fly out from
Ketchikan, Wisconsin, all over.
Yeah.
And I always get a little offended because there's like this stereotype like, oh, people are so LA. But the thing is, those people that they're talking about aren't even from LA. It's just like this facade that people put on to fit in and to use their resources to get where they need to get. And not being honest, no integrity gets you nowhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be pure. You have to be able to hold your own.
And also, like, the roots of LA, like, let's go back to the 90s. Like, if you think about what really made LA what it is, I mean, it's really like the culture of music, hip hop, the rappers, the musicians. Like, LA was known for its powerful grittiness, and that's why everyone wanted to be here, because it was the edgiest. Yeah.
West Coast.
Whereas, like, now I think, LA's becomes a bit of a joke because people are like into yoga and like everyone talks like a valley girl, and it's like
local fry.
Right. and we all do it. Like, we're not talking shit about you guys, because I mean, obviously I'm a fucking valley girl, but yeah, but I mean, it's magical when you look back. Those were the magical times.
Yeah. I have nostalgia. I mean, I am born in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So my prime time growing up was like early 90s all the way up and through. Like, I have vague memories of 89. I always joke about it because back in 89, but I have vague memories of that. But really, it's like the 90s for me. So like cross colors, baggy pants, crisscrosses, wear their clothes backwards. Obviously, then there was the rap. I'm Jamaican. My family's Jamaican. So I used to listen more to reggae.
Amazing.
And I would not necessarily sneak, but I would listen to the radio, and I would hear other songs, and I would be like, oh my God, that's cool, so cool. What song is that?
Yeah.
And it just really depends on what my mood was because I would like, a young gay trying to figure it out. I'm not gay. I'm like, I'm just like curious. So I like put a t-shirt on my head and like whip it around. And I would like, dance to Paula, dance to Janet, just seeing them on TV. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Emulating like femininity, like for what I saw what it was. Not necessarily I wanted to be a woman. I just thought that it was just so hot.
And there were so many male dancers back then that were voguing and doing all that shit. Like all of Madonna's dancers.
And that the thing is with that is because it was like not necessarily taboo, but because being Jamaican, it was like very, Batty boy, like all those things. So I always, cause my voice is the first thing to give me away. Like,
yeah.
Hi, hello. You know what I mean? This is how it's been since I was out the womb, honey.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to like, if I could dress the part, then I can skate on by before I get into too much, trouble. But I would just dance around, listen to the things I liked, tumble, flip, break stuff in the house, get cussed out, get beat. Was raised differently. One hand up,
No, I think all parents were super abusive.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, mine were, so.
I mean, look at, I'm disciplined, you know what I mean? Like, I know better.
Yeah, that's why we're professional.
Yeah,
okay?
Don't steal, don't cheat. Mama taught me better than that, honey. I mean, it's just, it was the fear. It wasn't necessarily that she would hit me. I would just, get closer.
Yes.
Please.
I was so scared too. Yeah.
Same. But,
So how did you get into dance?
I got into dance because I was just always an active, young little fruit fly.
Yeah.
Wanted to do karate, wanted to do soccer, wanted to do all these things. My mom, she had a restaurant during this time, during the 90s.
Wow.
Jamaican chef, cooked for all the stars.
Oh my
Get
God.
in, honey. The best Jamaican food in LA.
What?
Yeah.
That's
full
a
on.
nugget.
Yeah. Crazy. And so I would just kind of like be by myself, whatever. And then junior high school, there was this girl that I was obsessed with. She was a cheerleader. So I kind of broke my way in through cheer. Like, I missed the tumbler.
Oh my God. You were a Navarro kid.
Well, they're great. I love them. And so I would go to Lula, Washington on Saturdays and take Saturday class. So I would save my lunch money, during the week. And I would take the bus, the 212, down all the way to La Brea and Pico and take Saturday class. And then,
what is that? A studio? Lula?
Lula, Washington, yeah. At the oh my God, what? Yeah.
I mean, shout out Lula.
Hey Lula, how you doing, girl?
Yeah.
Because this is right at the time when Debbie had opened her studio.
Shout out Debbie Allen.
And I went to that Academy audition because this is when I was like wanted to be a dancer. So I was like making my mom do stuff. Of course, she was just like, "What?" And I was like, "Just drop me off, girl." You know what I mean? I'll figure it out. And so, which I always did. And so during this time, I was like in this conundrum of, do I want to cheer? Do I want to dance? Like, what do I want to do? I was trying to do both. My mom was like, I already paid for your cheer uniform, so we're not going to spend $500 at monthly for Debbie Allen's studio.
And it's so expensive.
Dance is expensive. So I popped on those recordings from Soul Train, the Grammys, MTV. We didn't have cable, so I had to figure that out.
Wow.
Brought other people's video VHS, and I would just watch it on repeat and learn the dance backwards, then realizing to flip it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is the best way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hardest way to learn.
Yeah. And my memory was like shoddy because I was like, I remember, because I was like self-taught, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after I would try to refine my craft when I would go to class. So I would practice all week and then go back again, jazz, modern, hip hop. I tapped in a musical in high school without taps, but I'm a star dancer.
We love tap.
Yeah, I love tap. It's so hard.
Syncopated Ladies,
yes,
Syncopated Ladies, Jason Young, Valerie Young, all of our tap
Chloe
dancers.
Arnold, Maud. How you doing?
Yeah, that's Syncopated Ladies.
Yeah.
Chloe and Maud.
They're fab.
Dude, I obsessed.
Their old studio on 7th and Tay in Wilshire in Fairfax, at that big old thing right there, was one of the first places I like had a professional rehearsal before I got fired at fucking 15. Couldn't remember the step. And they were like, thanks so much, Johnny. Yeah, it was terrible.
For tap?
No, it's for like a hip hop.
Okay.
Girl group.
But it wasn't Chloe.
No. But I'm saying that studio.
The choreographer. Okay.
Their studio is like, I went there for a rehearsal. I did what's it called? Black Lady Sketch Show.
Nice.
We had rehearsal there, and I walked in with like nostalgia, like, oh my God, this is where I got fired. I love that. Oh so anyway, so my dance experience just kind of went from there. So I would go there.
Let me just say something really quick, because I really feel like it was a gift that it wasn't handed to you. Because
not at all.
My experience, I was in my mom's stomach and she was already teaching. So it was like
work.
I was in the dance studio 3 to 10 p.m. every day. And I think that has a lot to do with you're not going to be obsessed with something if it's just forced onto you.
Right.
And it just was my life,
right.
you know? And it's so heartbreaking for me because, oh God, I'm going to cry.
Please. Take a moment. Take a moment. Take a moment. Tissue.
Okay, my mom
You got it.
is
You
here.
got it.
Okay.
Yes. Blessings and spirits.
Sue, go away. Ugh.
Sue Ellen.
So I did have a few years where I truly loved it. And I was so obsessed with it. Like the Mia Michaels era.
Right.
Like the Dee Casperry era. Like, and like shout out to John Crutchman and Alan Sherfield and Joe Lantieri, like all the people that did the conventions and things like that. And then I didn't love it anymore because my mom and I fought so badly. And I was forced to teach and I didn't want to teach. Like, and I was a great teacher and a great choreographer, but I just didn't want to do it because of the turmoil I had with my mom. So when I look at you guys when you guys are learning the choreography and you guys are just executing the choreography perfectly. And so
it takes a lot of practice and skill.
Yes. But you guys love it. You love it.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I so envy that because I remember that feeling and I can't.
Well, here's the thing. There are moments where when I was like training younger professionally, I was like, you know, what people do now, you want to get exposure. So you just take all these classes. And obviously some techniques and different styles I liked more. I gravitated more towards like the jazz funk and all that. And then the hip hop classes were always slightly a challenge just because I never really felt comfortable like trying to be trade because I was already being clocked. So I had to work extra hard. You know, to like fit in and, you know, look the part. You know, auditions, they'd be like, oh, I was like, I'm about to dance circles around you. Charade, you're terrible. You know, so I would always have to like go above and beyond when I would dance. But with studio kids, it's always so hard because you're there in the studio since the door opens to the door locks. You know, you go there for school, you come back, you know what I mean? So like, it's something that like, you don't really value it and appreciate until it's like taken away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing with studio owners and their children is because they're just there all the time. You know what I mean? They're just there all the time and you're just helping out. And so it's always harder to being like a child to someone of a business owner like that because everyone just thinks and expects you to get everything that you want.
Right.
And that's not the case.
Well, I mean, I got kicked out of class probably every time my mom was teaching, she would kick me out. Like,
what were you doing?
Talking to friends or chewing gum or throwing attitude or whatever it was. Like, I think that was just, you know, a phase.
Right.
And I was very like ADD, super hyperactive and I just didn't take it seriously because it was my mom.
Yeah, it's your mom and it's just, you know, you're there all the time.
Yeah,
and,
but it was a rough lesson to learn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's just also so expensive because I used to coach cheer, like all-star cheer. And it's just such a commitment because it's so expensive.
It's
you know
so
what I mean?
Expensive, yeah. My mom, and you know what? The broke kids were always the most talented, and she would always give them scholarships.
Love.
Yeah, but it's like, that's why you're not fucking making money, bitch. Like, we had over 2,000 students, and she was still like not rolling in the dough.
Well, yeah. Well, people like that give to I don't say underprivileged, but you just see something in someone, you know what I mean? You give them that opportunity and that sort of inspirational lift.
Yeah.
Obviously at a cost.
Yeah.
You know, I've had people tell me that, like, I didn't believe in myself when I was younger. They're like, you're amazing. I'm almost just like, it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've seen other people do it better just because they're getting the reaction that, like, I would want, but I'm getting something else. I'm just like, what is the fucking difference? You know what I mean?
The X factor. People just know when someone has it. It's undeniable. And I'm sure that is what catapulted you to the next level, because you probably had enough people tell you have what it takes.
Yeah, I did. I had all kind of voices running through my head, you know, but it was ultimately me just wanting to do it. You know? I literally was obsessed with the VHS and just rewind. I used to run the tape out, girl. It would get stuck in the machine. Like, no, that was the 1998 Grammys.
Oh, God damn.
How am I going to watch that again?
Children, I feel so bad for you guys that you don't get to experience award shows like we did.
VHS, dub over something, girl, move on. I need space. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't sync it right. You know what I mean? And so
have you ever met Paula or Janet? Because I know Paula's around a lot. She's in LA a lot.
I have not met Paula. I've seen Jan, like, you know, around in the same. I have the worst story to tell you.
Oh.
Do you want to gag?
No, please don't.
Well, this is kind of embarrassing, actually. So I'm going to give you some tea. Why not?
Okay, yeah, let's
This is actually so bad. I'm going to not say everything complete, but so, you know, Carnival. Like the dance show every month. Hey, Carrie and Paulette, how you doing? So I used to do it all the time. That was like your way of breaking into the industry. It was like, you know, being seen at Carnival. I used to do like 4 and 5 fucking combos. Like I was rehearsing at 10 and then 12 and then at 3 and then at 5 and then from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. like all kind of hours, just trying to make everything work. And so this year, it was the anniversary, and this is when it was at the Key Club. Yeah. So they had all the celebs there. And I remember just having one too many Tokyo teas. Because back in the day, that was my drink. She's dangerous. And I would slam them back. I'm young, I'm fun, whatever, let's live. So I was upstairs, and I had looked, and I was like, oh my God, there's Janet up there, screaming and yelling, hey girl! Just like, thought we were friends. We're not. Wasted at Carnival. All of a sudden, it's time to perform, because we're like one of the last numbers. So I'm literally not on this planet. This is so embarrassing. Don't judge me. And so this is when I, you know, young, we all make mistakes. And I remember just being like, I'm drunk. And I was like going outside like, oh my God, I have the whole piece. Needless to say, I get on stage and I thought I was killing it. I mean, baby, I thought I was hitting the fucking count until I ran into the curtain. So then I'm dancing with the curtain, battling for my formation. Like, and I was just like, oh, it's just like a little bit. No one's going to really notice. Bitch. I saw the video, because they give videos at the end of Carnival. I'm a whole half count behind everyone. I'm in my own world. And I'm like feeling it this late. And then I'm fucking dancing with the curtain. So literally it's me on the side that's fighting. And I remember being so embarrassed. I was like...
And Janet saw this?
She saw this. So now she thinks I'm a terrible dancer.
No.
She thinks I'm a mess and I'm a terrible dancer.
No. Janet and Paula, let's just go to lunch with Johnny. Like, you guys should do a video together.
Well, you know, she loves the Hawaiians and I do too.
Okay.
So, yeah. They're all fun.
I think we should just DM them.
I want to go to her concert.
Yes.
She said, ooh, y'all smoking up in here. Bitch, that shit is funny as fuck.
Janet, Johnny's like kind of famous now, so can you get him a backstage pass? Oh my God.
I auditioned for you for one of those jobs, and I got to dance in front of you, then I got cut. Aww. So I danced in front of her. Same thing with Britney. I danced in front of her.
This is
one of those years.
Let's bring Britney Spears. Britney
Spears. This is one of those years. It was like when she was like drug testing. So like no.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Everyone, yeah,
for Vegas.
This is before that.
Before that,
I feel like this is the circus
tour
or whatever. And so this is like pop diva of all divas. You know what I mean? Well, and so they said no drugs and alcohol and anything because of all that. And so it's New Year's. Mm-hmm. What do you do on New Year's? You get completely shit-faced and you bring in the New Year with your fucking Judies and you kiki la la hoo hoo rah rah. And that's just how it goes.
Right.
So I remember that one year, everyone was so stressed out because everyone's trying to be sober before the audition. You know what I mean? And so like counting the days of like when they did this, when they did that. Needless to say, I made it out alive because I'm such.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but they didn't even drug test us, which is the funny part. They just, I think they were going to do that if you actually booked it, which is the shady part. They should have said that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is when she was like taking submissions, and I did a piece in my heels.
Nice.
It was to Mr. Photographer. I think I'm ready for my. What song is that?
I don't know.
Kill the Lights.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And so I remember being so gay and just fucking in my heels. This is like baby Johnny Gay. So I used to wear my cheetah heels with skinny jeans.
Ooh.
Because I still thought that I was like giving fish, but like, like femme. Like,
let's bring it back. Okay.
I'm not a fan of heels and jeans on bricks.
Okay.
It has to be a certain type of jean. It has to hit certain point of the shoe.
Okay.
And it has to be a certain kind of shoe. You know what I mean? It can't be like rolled up at the bottom here.
No.
Girl, people still do that.
No.
I get so offended when I see these queens out here.
Have you ever done thigh-high boots?
Oh my God, I've done it all. I had my ass out, I had my balls out.
Okay. For Britney?
No, just in general. When I honey, I'm body positive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I encourage nudity.
Yeah.
And I encourage people just to be themselves, their authentic selves. And there's
heels and balls are amazing together. Really good combo. Yeah.
When it comes out.
Right.
That's the sound.
That's the sound.
When it's wet. And so what was I saying?
It slaps.
I forgot.
You sent in a submission for Britney. She was drug testing.
Yeah, anyway, so that was it. So I fucking fagged out in front of her and I lived. And I remember she was just like, oh my God, that was so good.
Britney did?
Yeah.
We need to talk to her too.
Well, she's not going to remember that.
Yeah, I know, but she...
Yeah, I remember it.
You're bored, right? Like, let's go do something, Brit. Let's go hang out.
She's doing a lot. I live for
She
her.
is?
I mean, look at her. She's twirling.
Right.
There's so many things going on with that girl. I'd be like gagging for her life.
Okay, but also Paula, like Montana knows Paula. I think we should really set it up. You guys should do a dance video together.
I have one of my favorite songs of Paula. It's Vibology.
Okay.
Like without a doubt. It's such a kinky fucking song.
Paula's gonna love you.
Yeah.
You know what? I know Jason Meyer. I'll ask Jason.
Yeah, let him know. I posted a video. I tagged her in my story. I was like, maybe she'll see my little Vibology combo. She didn't.
You know what? Jason choreographed with Tina Landon for Janet a bunch. So I could ask.
Yeah, I know Jason, right? He's like the
Jason
assistant.
Meyer.
Yeah, the assistant.
He's like the king of like kickball change pirouette.
Yes,
like jazz
and get to the ground. Does he do a lot of floor work too?
He's more like Celine Dion layout.
I live for a layout.
Yeah.
Back in my days, we're like, crack.
Exactly.
I can do that. Gotta warm up.
Okay, so you went from auditioning, you did cheer, then you went to audition for Debbie Allen. After that audition, where did the road take you? How did you get your foot in the door?
I just was auditioning in high school. You know, like there was like
But for auditions, like were you signed yet? Because I know now you're signed.
No.
Shout out MSA.
Hey MSA, how you doing? I've had a few agents. They all do their thing.
Right, yeah.
And so
thanks, guys.
Hey, email me. And so,
maybe.
yeah. Me.
So before you were a free agent, you weren't signed.
Yeah, I wanted to be, the Sparks, LA Sparks, the women's WNBA. So they used to have a dance team. So that was like my first time auditioning for like a professional job when I was in high school. Never got it. Fuck. It was my grade senior year. I didn't have a fucking like 3.8 or some bullshit.
Oh,
I was
grades.
Yeah, they wanted like smart ass kids and like fucking star dancers. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah, like
whatever.
We need to stop with
judging. Hey y'all, what's up?
If you can make a touchdown, you don't need to do calculus. So.
Right. Okay. Statistics, who? And so then I just my friends like did like, dance.
Yeah.
In the studio.
So you would find out about auditions through friends.
Yeah, and that's like, because that's how I was like, how do I get to be on TV? Like, how do I get to do all that? And so I got an audition to do for DDO. I was a senior year in high school. I wore my PE clothes to the fucking audition. Palisades, PHS, like blue with my name on the thing and just like sweats. No, terrible. Girl, everyone's in like
now it would be cute.
Yeah, everyone's in like fashion and like this is like when like parachute pants were in and like bandanas and all that was in. This is like 2000s. And I show up in my fucking PE clothes and Swoop taught us Try Again. Aaliyah. Does she still fall?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I learned the combo full on.
Wow.
And I had learned it backwards. So I was like, I already know this, but he did it correctly. So I was wrong the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got cut. So then I was determined from there. So then after senior year, that's when I auditioned. My first agency was DDO.
Okay.
And then I booked my first job like within the month. I did a cruise ship.
Okay.
That's when I grew up, honey. Girl, she made some mistakes.
Oh, no.
Hey, but I learned. And so that was like my first time like doing like a job.
Okay.
I was like away from home on a boat.
Yeah.
I was a last minute replacement. So I had to learn the whole show on the ship while it's fucking moving side to side. Like, girl, I don't understand. You want me to do a second leap when the boat's moving?
Oh, no.
I had to do a runoff tuck on the...
my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I had a blast doing that. So that was like my first job being away from home. It was a great opportunity. And then I got back from that and didn't book shit.
Terrifying.
Right? Terrifying.
Like, shit.
Yeah. And so this is when I was younger, like, early 20s or whatever, teens, like 19, 20. Becoming a gay in Crenshaw, hanging out with my friends, trying to find, because this is like my first time having like gay friends, like gay Black friends.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what's the scene like? Maybe I like boys. Where do we go see them? You know what I mean? Like, just want to hang out. So I used those years and coming up. Like I was around like when the Crumpers were coming up.
Amazing.
We all were friends. I would drive to and from of there. So we all
and all the movies.
Yeah. I was like, a Step Up. What's the other one? You Got Served.
Yeah, You Got Served. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in that.
You're in You Got Served
as an overacting extra.
You guys,
background.
Everyone, go watch it right now.
I can tell you my scene. It's the final battle, and it's when like they have like the red team and like their Adidas sweats. I'm wearing the brightest neon yellow Adidas jacket and a trucker hat. This is when trucker things were in, and I'm fucking dead smack center right there. A bitch. We were there for a week, and I was like, I didn't book that job. Shocker.
Damn it.
And so I was like, and then I saw like on LA Casting, because LA Casting's a thing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get paid $50 a whole day to do that. I'll do it. And so, learning how from being a background.
Were any of the lead dancers there?
They're all over there. All the good ones were booked.
Who were they?
Amina did that routine, and it was Brian. It was Dave.
Wait, Brian Friedman?
Brian Friedman was in it. Dave Scott.
Dave Scott!
Fly. It was the fucking dopest routine. It was like Miss Jade. In the movie, it's a different song, which is copyright
yeah. I
laws
hate
and shit.
that
Yeah,
shit.
I was so disappointed when I saw it.
So
because
annoying.
that routine fucking ate. And I witnessed it live, and I love Amina. She's my fave. Hey, girl.
Hi, Amina.
She's like the ultimate. She can do anything. And she hits and she fucking walks. She might be in the front and they might move her ass to the back and she's still fucking living. She doesn't give a fuck. She's so good. I've seen her live at the female women's auditions.
Yeah.
And she used to eat everyone alive. And then she wouldn't get cut. And she's so humble. She'd be like, grab her bag and walk right on out.
Let me talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
It's 7:40, so we have 20 minutes.
Okay.
Editing, dear editors of all movies, music videos with dancers, we are severely disappointed.
Yeah.
I think in movies specifically, I just saw the movie that Chloe choreographed for Ryan.
Spirited.
Yeah, Spirited.
I didn't see it yet.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This was one of the first movies where I was like, wow, the dancers are really showcased.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a great opportunity for them because it was a lot of months.
Yeah.
Being hired.
Yeah. Like,
that's great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And like, thank you to the editors that are showing the choreography. Okay.
Well, the thing is, you have to have a smart editor.
Yes.
Because leave it into the hands of these people and they don't even know. They just see movement and they just go, just put that part in.
Yeah.
And the thing that's so fucked up is like, I try to pride myself on being perfect for film because film is forever. Of course, life happens and mistakes happen, but I'm not trying to buck up or I'm not trying to do that. But I always try my best, like put my best foot forward when it's like for film because that you get reminded of all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a few moments like there's like a, where in editing, it's like we shot that fucking scene like 10 times and that's the take you pick?
Exactly.
Like, girl, were you not paying attention?
As a recording artist, the most stressful thing is dealing with a bunch of dudes throwing their dicks in my face all the time.
Hot.
But the second issue that really breaks my spirit is when I know I have to get ready to shoot a fucking music video.
Oh, yeah, girl. I was there with you.
Yes. Well, it's gotten better. But
promise?
Still a fucking disaster.
Girl, you were committed. You fucking went for it. I was so
We were
impressed.
like, oh, there's no costumes. Cool. Just throw a thong on your butt.
You're like, my fucking hair. You're like, what scene is this?
Falling off the pole from the sweat.
Oh, yeah. You're like.
But Vinny Hobbs is amazing.
Okay.
And Vinny did my video Tap Dat, which Syncopated Ladies is in.
Hey.
He did a great job, but it's also because Jason and Valerie come in and they collaborate with the editor, right?
Yes.
It's like Vinny is so intuitive with dancers because he's done it so much.
Right.
Like he has an eye and an ear. Like when the back tuck happens, that should happen on the kick.
Yes.
On the explosion.
It should happen where I sent the video for you to look at it. So that's the reference.
Yes.
Don't get any bright ideas.
Yeah.
Like,
so I just hope that for future films that are hiring all of these dancers and making these dancers rehearse.
They're just missing, here's the thing. Like, they're just missing so many good moments.
Yes.
Like, the moments that are even there. There are even moments sometimes where they'll use like a glamour shot or like a different shot. Storytelling. Like, things should kind of go, and for my taste level, I want to see the vision go somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get it. There's like those glamour shots where you just want to put everything in it and just mash them all together.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the first verse, the chorus, the bridge. It doesn't matter. You're in every outfit. I've already seen it all in the first 10 seconds. You know what I mean? There's just no fantasy. There's no, it's not, it's not going anywhere. It's just like, I get your gorge. And so sometimes they'll throw dance shots in there that don't make no sense. Now all of a sudden there's dancers?
The editors need to be referencing Janet and Paula and Michael. Like those videos, the editing is insanity. It's just beyond.
It's the thing is because it just takes away from the choreographer's vision. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean? Like the choreographer should be in the room or they should have a say-so in the final edit. They should be able to protect their work, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't even get to notice it. Like there's great videos. Like one of my really good ones, I mean, recently was like Normani's. And like how like it like went somewhere and it was like everything like was going. I was constantly being like, whoa, 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 hot, hot. And then they had like this really amazing like dancing. And I just appreciate videos like that. Like go somewhere. And I'm pretty sure Sean had to say so and all that because it was just executed right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think editors editors, you guys need to just chill out and let the choreographer collab with you on the editing, please. Which brings me to our final destination. It is so important for television and the media to showcase and put a spotlight on the dance world. Finally, we've had these dance shows in the past, like So You Think You Can Dance.
Right.
America's Next Best Dance Crew.
Bitch, work, yes. ABC.
You know, World of Dance. Shout out to Derek Huff.
Yeah.
Who's such a sweetheart, who's such a great like personality to push dance. Now that Netflix has brought in a new show that you carry.
I mean,
it's called Dance100 if you guys haven't seen it.
Check it out on Netflix. It's 6 episodes of joy.
As a dancer, when I'm watching this, I'm going, oh my God, this is the first time a television show is showcasing the dynamic between the choreographer and the dancers and the relationship between the two.
Yes.
And my jaw was on the effing floor when the mic and the camera go to you.
Right.
And here's the thing.
A lot to say.
Like, even though he's the Christine Quinn of Dance100, he's the villain of the show. It's fine.
I just kept it. My opinion mattered and my
which is
integrity and telling the truth,
which is refreshing. And I thought everyone handled it very well.
Yes,
and it gave us a different perspective. it gave the American public. They need to understand that in the mind of a dancer, you're dealing with so much shit behind the scenes,
right?
And then you guys go on stage and you make it look so gorgeous. And people really don't understand.
They don't understand
the turmoil.
The process. You know what I mean? And like getting to a place, especially in that setting, it's a competition show based with the choreographer winning the prize.
Yeah.
So a lot of it came from me looking at it as, if you're going to be the next top choreographer, I need to see you be more than just someone who makes up steps. Do you know how to lead the room? Can you make sure your dancers are doing what needs to be done? Are you translating that accordingly? Are you, doing all the things that get someone for people to want to work with you? Not, some people love to work like slave drivers. I get it. You hurt yourself, you scrape your toe, you do this, you do that. I'm bleeding for the love of dance. Yes, honey. When you get to my age, you're going to be like, fuck, that hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is fine. I'm happy about my calluses because I get to do my little turns I can do left. And so what came from like the side of it was the side banter that we do when we go on breaks. Take a 10, take your SAG 10, your union, or if it's a music video, good luck. You know what I mean? Because there's no union really on those. So there's no one there to be like, take a break, hydrate or whatever. You have to make sure that the person who is running the room is aware of those things.
Yes.
And so everyone says what you say. Like, you talk shit. You like fucking just
you're saying what everyone else doesn't want to say.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And that's my opinion because I'm looking at it as a place of like everyone's choreography. There's a place for someone everywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
So is it a dance team? Is it for an artist? Is it for a concert piece, the theater? Is it for whatever? You know what I mean? There's all kind of avenues that require choreography. And so I was looking at it like, whose choreography looks like something that would be interesting and like memorable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everyone can do all the steps, but what's making your piece special?
Yeah, innovative, different. Like Brandy really was my fave, honestly.
She was my fave from the beginning.
I actually really like Rex too.
Oh. I liked Rex.
Okay, so who's your favorite?
I loved Brandy all the way.
Yeah.
I just thought that she was creative from jump.
Yeah.
She hit her dancers well. And
the other thing is she's so sweet. And that's
the sweetest.
It's so hard to be nice when you are trying to win $100,000.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get your dancers perfect in 5 seconds. That's crazy.
And then just using your creativity. You know what I mean? And she always did that from jump. You know what I mean? Because her first episode song, because we all were talking because that's part of the gig. You know what I mean? And so everyone was like, "Ew, like her song is whack. She's gonna be kicked off or whatever." Da da da.
Was it the Kesha song?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so during the week, we would obviously rehearse, and then we would get a video of the rehearsal so we can judge and put our 2 cents on what we thought about each piece.
Wow.
So that's how I was making sure that you want to know. Do you want to know what I think about this?
Yeah.
And so I always try to have something that is constructive.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that is going to challenge the choreographer other than just steps, like visual. Like, how does this translate? How does this do this? Yes, they're like simple things like cleanliness and all that. But if I can see like that girl's on 6 and she's on 2, like, and it's you're either you change the step or you clean it up. But don't be going out here with bad choreography. This is how it looks a mess.
No, I also loved that you said, we won't name any choreographers.
Yeah, you watch the show.
One of your critiques I loved because I fully agreed. It was one tone all the way through. It was one note all the way through. It was super fast the whole time. Like there was no...
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, look, we have to have a moment where we're grabbing the audience. Like you have to have that up and down. Like it can't just be monotone the whole time.
Yeah.
And I fully agreed with that because it can be so high energy with just this.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be wild the whole time.
Yeah, no, and I don't necessarily agree with that. There's some moments where it works and it calls for that, but then some moments it's just kind of like overkill. It's an eyesore, it's an orgasm, and so everyone's taste levels are different. So looking at dance through a screen, I'm not interested to see you hurting. I don't like that. It's not appealing because ouch, what's wrong? Your stomach hurt, girl?
Right.
To each his own, dancer face. I like to keep mine soft.
Yeah.
Not soft like sleep, but just like.
I love eye contact.
Yeah, like I'm into it. I'm not doing anything more than what the music is telling me to do. Obviously, things are different now. Everyone wants to do all that stuff and be extra full out. That's great. Longevity. So
in my day, the O face was extremely popular. Like tilt with the O face.
Like,
or like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I like those look like exciting,
It's a little much. It can be a little much.
Yeah, just hold it. Don't look at the camera, but like kind of like find it. But just don't stare at it. It's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so
it's telling the story is really what is so important. And Brandy was so good at creating the storyline.
Yeah.
And you had goosebumps. You wanted to cry. It was like magical and took you on a ride.
One of my favorite routines she did the I Feel Love.
Yeah.
The Sam Smith remix to
Was
it.
it the big umbrella dress?
Yeah, Sam Smith.
One?
Yeah, when she came out. That thing.
Amazing.
It was just like it was like whacking. It was like punk. They had the heels. She was in that pocket of music where it was still sexy and in the heels. And not all the girls were strong in heels, but she put everyone where they will still be seen, but they're not. Everyone's like working together. It looks it looks good. So she was good with that. I mean, it came to a point where everyone was just dancing different styles, of course.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK, baby, they have a blast. You hear me?
Yeah.
They love to dance. And I loved watching them dance because it made me be like, wow, I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
And they're dancing like they love it. And it made me check in with myself and like, I do love dance like that.
Yeah.
Just because I like getting up freestyling with you guys doesn't mean that I don't love it. I just want to watch you guys do it because I'm like, I tell you, it was a party, honey. On our breaks, they are jamming all the fucking garage and all the hip hop songs over there in the UK. Beats, tunes, moments. It was a party all the time. And that was like such a good feeling to like witness and like be a part of.
It's more of an innocent energy because I feel like, especially in LA, the energy here is like we're already in our graves.
Right.
Like everyone's trying to like crawl out of the grave. And it's like...
It's getting harder now for some reason. It feels like it's just a struggling year.
Yeah. Like people from Europe, like Sweden, like they're so excited.
Yeah, well,
yeah, they're like, what? You're not broken yet. Like,
it's hard to get here because they got to get the visa, they got to get the attorney, they got to get the money. That's why I'm like, thank God but I always like, have an admiration for people who do that because it's so when they get here, I am like, you need help?
Yeah.
Baby, it took you a lot to get here. I'm just trying to get lunch money, honey. They got to get like thousands of dollars, girl, just to get a little signature. So
what do you want to see? Hold on, what time is it? 6:56.
Ooh.
What do you want to see in the dance world? How can we make it better? Obviously, everyone needs to get paid way more, right?
Yeah. There's so many. It's so. The thing is that you just have to stick together. And I learned that being someone who was green on jobs with veterans, like everyone has to work together. You know what I mean? We can't do something behind someone's back. We have to stick together because if we stick together, we're stronger as a unit. So that way we can demand or we can ask for things that we need, or we can say we're not going to do this or do that. If there's one loose goose over there, honey, then like now this one's tainted our whole picture. So the thing is, like dancers, we have to just sit together, which is they're getting better now. I was around some up and coming dancers like in their early 20s, like whatever, like that, all that, and smart. They knew how to contract. They knew their worth. They knew that they didn't feel necessarily hesitant to say no. They stood up for themselves. And I loved that. I was like, oh my God, this is good. Now let's just curb that. It's a little too much, but we are on the right track.
Just from knowing quite a few people in the dance world, there's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of shit talking. There's a lot of underage shit.
I can't be,
and it does take away from the whole reason why we started in the first place. And it's not like the music industry. The music industry is the worst industry in the world. I think it's the dirtiest.
Yeah, it's pretty
worse than dance. But I think the reason why dance has kept its integrity is because there is nothing like it. Like nothing can touch a dancer choreographer, what they bring to, like, you can't go see a Nicki Minaj show without dancers. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Love Nicki.
So it's like the dancers really create the show.
Yeah.
And
bring the vision to life,
Yeah.
or help support whatever the role is to be on the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I love that.
Yeah.
I wish that, like we were talking about editing or, sometimes with contracts, union, non-union, you really have to read the contract. I know your agent said they read it, and I know other people said they read it, but you personally should read your own contract so that way you know what is expected. Read your contracts, because as a dancer, yes, your agents, your attorney, your manager, all that, but as your own individual employee, you need to understand the jargon that they pull in these things, because honey, they word something so fiercely and you're not getting paid. or you agreed to something that you know that you shouldn't have done. So protect ourselves. We need to keep protecting ourselves. We need to still love on each other. We need to stick together. Everyone has a place. Everyone has a time. Your time will come. Your time will come, then go, then come again, then go. And it goes up and down, and so you just have to be patient, and you have to be due diligent in your craft. You have to have integrity, and you have to make sure that you are do unto others as you would have done unto you. Is that the quote?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But so we just need to be smarter and get what we want and stay together. But
I would also like to see dancers start doing, because like in television and film, even me doing this podcast, I'm like, I want to take the reins. Like I've always wanted to take the fucking reins, because I don't want anyone. I've had so many men destroy my
I am so
life
sorry about that.
That I'm like, I want to literally have my own production company and do everything myself.
And you can.
And I want dancers to how many of us own a camera, right? Like a professional camera and lighting and to shoot our own projects and to collab with major artists and celebrities because we deserve it.
Yeah.
And to literally be like, I'm going to provide everything.
You have to be, there's a fine line with that, because once you give away your visual or anything and you didn't sign a contract, it's now no longer yours. You have to, as a choreographer.
But I'm saying if it's your production company, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's almost like Katy Perry having her own music label. It's like if you had your own production company, it was Johnny Rice Productions.
Can I tell you what copyright?
You know, and like iHeartRadio is gonna like pay you $100,000 to do like the Summerfest show or whatever. Right. Like
it's a LLC. Like your own incorporation.
That's what I want to see for dancers.
Some dancers I know have that, and it's so good for them because I look at them and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You are incorporated, or so all this is your own business, which would be smart. Sometimes people have managers and or agents, so like they do that.
Which is so scary. Like, I'm scared. Like, I'm speaking to a female manager right now, and it's the first woman I've ever spoken to.
She's going to be great.
But I'm over here like this. Like, she knows that I'm terrified because I don't want anyone to fuck with me ever again, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to, like, have trust in stepping back out again and, like, not feeling completely guarded or feeling paranoid or feel just insecure.
Yeah.
You want to feel comfortable. And that's you have to find that right person, you know?
Yeah, so all of us do. Yeah. But we are in the era of DIY.
Girl, you have to already have it all done before you even get into the room now.
Yeah, but it's exciting because we shouldn't have to be owned by these companies anymore. Like, we should be able to make so much money per month. And I want everyone to be millionaires, you guys.
Well, that's the whole thing with the strike with the writers is because, you know, like...
we need to get paid. They need to get paid more.
I get residual checks. Someone put it on the news, like the residual check. I'm not laughing at it. I'm just laughing with it. Because I get them all the time. They were like, how do we live off of this? And it was like fucking 3 cents. And they put it on the news. I was like...
insanity.
And they're like, and the residual people, like the heads get like, you know, all the coin. And I was just like, yeah, because, you know, people don't get recognized. Those credits matter. IMDb, you got to get your name on there. You got to like be legit. And so you just have to like... protect your shit all the time. You know what I mean? And you just have to know what you're giving up. Don't give it up too soon. That's what the girls be talking. And then all of a sudden their ideas on TV and they're like, that's what I was thinking. Well, you opened your mouth and someone heard you and they took your idea and they ran with it before you got it out. Shh.
That's true. Don't copy people, but also there is room for all of us.
Let your vision speak for itself. Hirsch. Don't give it away. Make it a secret. Surprise me.
We're done, but really quickly, you guys, shout out to Cardsy B. We need to know our fortune for the week.
Oh, girl.
Let's see what celebrity chooses you.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm going to pick one, too.
Oh. King of Pentacles?
Okay.
Pentacle. He's giving me like rock star lesbian. I'm kind of really into it. This is how I want to look today. But I don't like wearing white shirts. But he got a heel on. Look at that fucking heel. Okay?
Wait, flip it down more.
Oh, sorry.
The light isn't... oh, okay.
Right? He looks like, what's that Howard guy? Howard Stern?
Oh my God. Bling, bling. Making life look easy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God. Co-founder and CEO of Nestio. I don't know what that is.
Chocolate?
No. It's Nestle.
Whatever.
Tech maven and all-around badass, embodies the essence of the King of Pentacles. She is the king of abundance, success, and making life look easy.
Yeah.
And it also, Pentacles is abundance, charisma, success, business acumen.
Word.
Okay.
All that from this?
Yeah.
I live. Can I take a picture of this?
Yes.
Wait, this is the rest of my week?
Take a photo after because we have to end the episode. Okay, and then I got the moon.
Did we get what we're supposed to get? Did we get everything you wanted?
Did you? I think so.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
I'm living for this.
We're going to have Johnny come back for part 2.
Yeah. I can tell you my young little ways.
Oh, yeah, we never talked about the Abbey.
Oh, girl, that's a whole nother can of worms. That's a different episode, honey.
But my God, I got Britney Spears.
Shut up. Really?
Hi, Britney.
Hey, B.
Every story has 2 sides. Yeah, Kevin. And everyone has a higher and lower self. I.e. Sexy Slave for You, Britney, and 2007 Shaved Head Brit. Trust your intuition to gauge which side is authentic when a confusing situation may occur. So whenever a fuckboy tries to have sex with me, I say no. Seeking clarity in confusion. Amazing.
Yay.
I'm a slave for you, Brittany. We love you.
I wish somebody would fuck me. Fuck.
We're taking applications. Johnny needs to have sex, you guys.
I just really want to have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll put the description below.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much to our listeners and viewers. And please go follow Johnny Rice to just change your life and give you a renewed sense of inspiration and motivation. He is a star that shines upon us.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And thank you so much for being here, Johnny.
Thanks for having me. I'm loving this moment.
Yes.
For sure.
I'm going to go cry again.
No more crying. Bye. Mwah.